Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Georgie.
Hi.
Hello. Hello to everyone who is here live across the Facebooks and the YouTubes. Happy anniversary, mate.
Oh, yeah. It's our wedding anniversary.
It is. So was it coincidentally, we kind of planned it around being here today because it's our anniversary-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Why not?
So we can celebrate. And it is also the 1st of April. So, yeah, that gives you a bit of an idea of us and how foolish we are because we are married on April. Or maybe it's a giant punk. Do people still punk people? Is that a thing? You get punked? Like Ashton Kutcher will come out at any moment?
I have no idea. No, we decided to get married on April Fool's Day so it would make it easier for us to remember our anniversary, didn't we?
And how many of us actually remember that it was our anniversary yesterday?
Yesterday, as
in like when we were like, oh, what's tomorrow? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we woke up this morning and you said to me after about an hour, oh, happy anniversary. And I went, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
to be fair, I made him go to the shops and buy me a garden hose reel
the
other day.
That's how romantic things get after 16 years.
16 years, yes.
Yeah, I was at Bunnings. That's our local hardware store. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you need a new hose. And I'm like, oh, I'll go all out and get a nice hose reel that you can reel it out and then wind it back in. And that's how we roll.
So I can water my plants.
Exactly. Gardening is important. Plants or plants? There you go. That's your first question. Do you say plants or plants?
I say plants, but I say dance.
It's weird. We're in South Australia, we're weird. We get all fancy sometimes, but not all the time. Should we say g'day to folks?
Yes. Hello,
who are here
folks.
live. Hello, folks. I'll take that off there, and we'll say hello because we got some of the usual suspects, and I'm sure some new folks. If you're here for the first time, you're like, oh, what are they doing here? We do this about once every 3 months or so, just because it's fun, and we like.
Why not?
Fun is good. That's just what we're doing here. Hello, Alan Brown Studio. That's my uncle's name. That's weird. Yes. Maybe it's him. Hello to Jade Star, who says her office is her bedroom. It's all music gear and a tiny bed in the corner. Yeah, well...
and the reason she said that is because...
Oh, yes.
You asked the question earlier.
There's a poll question. For those on YouTube, there's a poll question down below that you can check out. Hello to Happy Ron, who was just interviewed by Jade Star on her channel, which is very cool. Hello, Thomas Christ. I have a dedicated studio where I do all the things. Very cool.
All the things.
We
need the bell.
All the things.
Well, not for all the things, but we just might need it
all
for
the
the
things.
future.
Yeah, we do need the bell for that. Omni Collective Creativity. I make music in my bedroom with my eyes closed and I compose and upload all in one weekend and then I start the process over the weekend after that. Very cool.
With your eyes closed?
Yeah, Omni Collective Creativity is actually vision impaired. So,
okay. That makes more sense.
Well, that's true. So I guess probably wouldn't matter. But again, getting into it with the eyes closed, I like it. Yes, we said g'day to Jade. Hello, Lou Reality, which is Leela, Lou Reality. Hello
thank
to
you.
Yes, thank you for the kind words. G'day to Patrick. Hello to Mark Bro, who is here as well. Well, that was a big rev. G'day to Jade Star. Hope you're well. Ding. Hello to the Mix Club. Thanks for tuning on in. Continue scrolling down. Yes, answered in the polls. Yeah, check out the poll there. And Joe has an office. Joe has a studio or a creative space in the office. Joe and Barry Glenn over there in Canada. Again, apologies to the UK and European folks. We're at a weird time here, I know, because it's a bit late for you. But anyone that's up at 1 a.m., you're a trooper. Thank you. You've done well. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you paying me out?
No.
That's a bit of an Australianism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Australianism.
No, we'd say cheers, mate. She'll be right.
She'll be apples.
So it is our anniversary, and we've got a bit of a beverage to have in a little while. It's
yes.
We'll crack something special.
Can I show it? It's fancy.
Yeah, show the fancy beverage. Because we thought beer and wine's not quite right for this early in the day, but because it's our anniversary, what is it?
It is a Pinot Noir a sparkling Pinot Noir rosé. But I just liked the bottle.
I know, it's very fancy. Very fancy bottle, almost schmancy.
So you'll get to watch me open a corked bottle.
That could go well. Yeah, opening a bottle live on the show. It's been in the freezer too, hasn't it? So
well, I only bought it this morning and it wasn't cold. So.
Hello to Bear as well, Tremor Bear, who's jumped on in as well. What have we got on the show today? Well, we've got a bunch of topics that we're going to talk about, just have a bit of a rant. If you have questions for either me or Georgie, you want to know what I'm really like when the camera goes off, do I turn into an absolute dick?
Yes.
Maybe? Yeah. So if you've got any questions you want to ask about us, about music, about life, about the universe, about anything, then you can go ahead and do that. And we're going to do some fun stuff later too. We've got some trivia and we've got some silly questions, some icebreakers. In fact, should we kick off with an icebreaker?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right, so we've queued this up over here. We've got we've got some icebreaker questions. Now, this comes from a website that, what is the website? It's called icebreakers.com, funnily enough.
Fair enough.
No, Icebreaker, anyway. And it's 93 funny, stupid questions to ask your friends. So I thought that we would spin the wheel, randomly pick one of these 32 for us to answer, and then you can answer as well. So you can answer in the chat as well, just so we can have a bit of
just
fun.
put your answers in, and then we're going to read out some of them.
We'll read out all the cool answers that you folks put out there, but we're gonna spin the wheel. We'll turn the volume up here so we can hear this wheel spin. And I haven't actually vetted these, so they may or may not be appropriate, but we'll
we
find
did
out.
one this morning as a trial, and it was
It might be the one we get.
yeah.
So let's spin the wheel.
Oh, it has noise.
It does have noise.
I didn't realise that last time.
Fortune. Hello, Tom and Co. Thanks for dropping on by. And Barry Glenn, if I didn't say good day to you. What is it? What outrageous? Oh.
I pass.
Is this going to get really?
No, I liked the one we had before, which was if you had to be an inanimate object for a year, and in order to turn back, you had to have 100 people touch you. What would you be? I said a statue of a dog, because everybody loves to pat a dog, even statues. So you'd guaranteed get 100 people touching a statue of a dog. This outrageous conspiracy theory one, I don't want to answer, because I think all conspiracy theories... No, I don't think all conspiracy theories. I think most conspiracy theories are... wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle, that's a lovely name for it. Cockaball. That's such a cockaball story. Yeah. Is there any that I've... No, because I can't even think. Like, when you start thinking of conspiracy theories, you just think of all of the really weird and random stuff in the world. But yeah, actually, you know what? I like this one, the conspiracy theory, because you know what? Did you know that that Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars? I don't know if you've been catching up. It's a little squib at the bottom of the news.
I don't know if you can put Jade's comment up there, but her fave conspiracy right now is that Chris Rock was wearing a fake cheek.
A fake cheek would be cool. Well, I actually think that that was actually all. So here you go. I think the feasible one is that was all dreamed up by a media agency, and they got everyone involved. Everyone's in on it. And because when was the last time anyone cared or talked about the Oscars? And now it's all over every bit of media in the world.
I'm actually sick of talking about it and thinking about it. Right. I don't want to think about it. Can I go back to the touching 100 things one?
Yeah.
Because Lou Reality said a doorknob, which is a down.
Oh.
Which is an excellent one.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I've missed doorknob.
Yes.
Yeah, a doorknob would be great. I like yours. I like the idea of a of the dog, but here in Australia for the the Guide Dogs Australia, one of the charities, they have these dogs. We used to call them money dogs, because they're dogs with a coin slot in their head, which is a little bit
and they're
creepy.
quite big, like they sit up
like
quite
big
large.
Labrador-sized dog, and it's got a coin slot in its head, and you pop the coin in the slot,
and then they come and collect the money for the guide dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I like it, Happy Ron. Yeah, the South Park covered all the conspiracy theories in the world. Bollocks is the word you're looking for. Bollocks. There you go. Bollocks.
Thank you, Joe.
I love the word bollocks. Yes. I think there was a second slapper. I like it. The second slapper theory is a good one.
Seconds. Oh, that took me a second.
The second slapper. Yeah.
And they were on the balcony. No, I don't.
Grassy. Was there a grassy knoll involved or something? Zapruder film. Hello to Mike, by the way, from Creative Source. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's. When is a door not a door? When it's a jar. We've got dad jokes going on here from the Mix Club. I love it. Should we do another one? I was a bit underwhelmed by that one. Let's yo DJ spin that wheel again. And we'll see if we get a more... I did think that. I'm like, we're going to get some question that's going to be like stuff you don't talk about on YouTube. You've just won. This looks like more fun.
Okay.
You've just won an all-expense-paid trip to anywhere in the world, but you can only go if you take 3 of the people you dislike the most with you. Who are they and where are you going? Oh, no. Now we've got to say people we dislike.
Can we just pick 3 people from the chat randomly and pretend we don't like them?
That would be harsh.
That would be harsh.
Yeah. So the ones, like you said, the ones we did before were so much better. In fact, let's roll it again, and we'll spin up and get a third answer. Oh, where's the music?
It's not music.
You've been alone. These are terrible. You've been alone on a desert island for nearly a decade and you're finally brought back to civilization. You've handed the keys to your presidential suite in a 5-star hotel. What do you use first? Use the bathroom or sleep in the king-size bed?
What a silly question.
Yeah, okay. These are lame. The first couple I looked at was so fun and interesting, and then I did all the others, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
You'd probably want to have a shower, wouldn't you? I don't know why that's a question.
So why would you want to use, oh, that's just so bizarre. Why would you want to use the bathroom or sleep in a king-size bed? I don't know.
I'll do both. Is there a reason I can only do one or the other?
At the same time? No.
Maybe not.
If it was really fancy, yeah, maybe you'd have a chamber pot service and then you can do both.
Gross.
All right, well, that was a giant giant fail, but you got to try these things.
Yeah.
Bit of fun. We should have actually just handpicked the good ones rather than, I tried to make it random and make it interesting, and it didn't really work. I will already have used a bathroom, so I would take a long shower and order room service.
Yes.
Yep, use the bathroom. It was a long flight. There you go.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think so. I think you would definitely do that. The one that I saw that was on there that was also interesting is if you could only, no, I can't remember. Don't worry. We're just going to move on. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great repartee?
So fun.
Let's talk about festivals because, and then we can have a drink. So, it is, what is it? Is it nearly 11 o'clock? Close
Should I
enough to?
start popping the corks
Yeah,
in?
yeah. You start. We'll start doing
Talk
a live
amongst
popping.
yourselves.
Just chat amongst yourselves. But here in Adelaide, it is the Adelaide Festival at the moment, and it's just been the Fringe Festival that's just happened. We saw a bunch of shows, including the Grapes of Wrath, which is
Grapes of Mirth.
Grapes of Mirth. Grapes of Mirth. What's Grapes of Wrath? That's what it's based on, isn't it?
Well, it's a book.
But the Grapes of Mirth, which was a wine-related comedy show, which combines two of Georgie's favourite things, wine and comedy. But you saw some other stuff as well. You saw some weird artsy things.
I saw some great things, actually. I saw a couple of sort of 1 and 2 act plays. I saw some comedy shows. I saw. I usually try to go and see sort of local performers, and then ended up seeing Ross Noble, who's a British comedian and very famous. But I saw a local Adelaide guy doing a show about his favourite store, Kmart. That was with my brother and sister, and I went to a few different things. I'm going to do, as Mark said before, and not point this towards the computer.
Oh.
Ready? I'm going to put it next to the microphone.
Oh, that would have clipped the audio.
And now we get to pour it. This is the funnest part. Can I have
The
a glass?
porous. All right, well, are you going to hold it? Yeah, okay.
I'm going to pour it next to the microphone.
Yes. Hello, Ivan Idea, by the way. Hello, Brian Kataran. I hope you're doing well. How much? So we've been asked, how much did the wine cost?
It was
one?
$18.
There you go. Yeah, how much was the wine? Jade was guessing 15, so
Yep.
people were guessing around that mark. Yeah, it probably looks fancier than it is. We'll give it. You have to do that, don't you? And then you swirl it around,
That there, so it's
and then
right
you
in
listen
front.
to it. You gotta. Yeah, it sounds good. Sorry, everything's about sound. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Happy
cheers, everybody.
anniversary. Cheers.
That's not bad.
Oh, it's bubbly.
It is bubbly.
I mean, I did know that going in, but
This carbonated wine is bubbly. That's just insane.
that's like if you've ever watched Ted Lasso, when he sits up at the front doing the press conference and he takes a sip of water and he's not expecting it to be carbonated and he spits it out all over the place. He's like, "Oh, wasn't expecting bubbles."
I love Ted Lasso. Hello, Brad Example. Thank you. Hello for being here. Thank you for being here. Did I tell you I'm a bit sleep deprived? I was chatting with Patrick last night. Neither of us had words. We were just like speaking in bizarre circular logic. And
Does
it
this
was good
mean
fun.
I'm going to have to carry the show?
You are going to have to carry the show all the way through. What's the favourite show we've seen together?
Ooh.
What would you put out there as the favourite show that you and I have seen together?
Is it going to be really predictable?
I don't know. Oh, probably. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I've said it like 3 times on this channel before.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is it going to be? I'm thinking I know, but
Well, the one I'm thinking of, which is Tim Minchin, of course, earlier last year or mid last year, was a fantastic show. But we've actually seen some really good, just fun things. Back in our pre-married, pre-children days, we used to go to the Melbourne Comedy Festival a lot, and we would
which is on right now.
Yes, it is. So we'd often just, hop a plane or even hop a bus and just go over for a weekend or a week and go and see a bunch of shows. And we used to see a lot of improv. which
Yeah.
was very hit and miss, but sometimes just hilarious.
Yeah.
Ben Folds and the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra was amazing. And in fact,
Yep.
that'd probably be up there with Tim Minchin as
As the best we've seen
yeah.
together. I thought you were going to go Weird Al.
Weird Al is amazing as well, and I kind of forgot about the fact that we've seen him like 5 times
That's
together.
the problem. Well, I think when you've seen a band or an artist many times, it's hard to just say that one time. I think when
Yeah.
you see someone just once, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, and look, I had seen Foo Fighters a few times, and they're not bad. I saw we saw them together. Real Big Fish. You came to that as well. We went to that together.
I went to one Real Big Fish.
Yeah,
gig,
they were
yes.
cool. So yeah, there's a lot of.
They were supported by the Aquabats.
That's
if
right.
I recall.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before. It's almost like we talk about the same things a lot.
Yes.
But yeah, that was that was cool. I liked the Tim Minchin show. That was a really good show because I liked the element of surprise he had there because he came out and played a solo bit for the first probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes, played about 4 songs, and it wasn't really revealed that it was a full band show. And then Curtin comes back in full band for the second half. So I always like a bit of a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah, so good question, but yeah, let us know what you.
We've seen Stephen K. Amos a few times. Who
Yes, yeah, Jay's just mentioned having lunch with Stephen K. Yeah, he's a very cool dude. I saw him by myself this time around because of random things, because of the fact that we've still got the C word happening here. In fact, worse than ever. But we won't talk about that right now. But yeah, so I went to see that separately, and Georgie went. We saw a lot of stuff separately this year just because it was too hard with all the contacts and things to get people to look after our kids,
babysitters and things.
And you might think, well, like, how do you go out there? Well, the thing with the festivals here in Australia at the moment is that they all require full double vax certification, and we still have masks and everything. So, despite the fact that we're very conservative and that we want to look after the olds because that's what the most important thing is, then yeah, we can still go out to stuff because yeah, it's pretty well organised, not full capacity and all that sort of jazz.
Mind you, that being said, we have a big showdown football match happening in Adelaide tonight, and I'm not going because it's one of the biggest sporting events in South Australia.
But what could possibly go wrong? You're surrounded by 50,000 bogans pissed on cheap beer, and you think things are going to go bad.
Yes. Anyway, cheers again.
Cheers again. What did I see? Nice sound. Barry says I'm only allowed plastic. We have friends who come to our house that get the plastic cups too, Barry. And yeah, when we're outside and when we're around the children, we usually use the plastic.
Yes. I actually have quite some nice
fancy plastics.
Yes, my friends of mine have got some really fancy plastic glasses to the point where I was stood next to the pool holding one, and her husband came up and said, "Oh, Georgie, you're not allowed to have glass by the pool." I'm like, "It's plastic."
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Yeah, you've got in trouble going to, speaking of festivals and live stuff, you've got in trouble going to live events because you've got those very realistic looking plastic ones, and they're like, "You're not allowed to bring glass in here."
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
I actually have a plastic, it looks ceramic, you can use it for hot coffee and that sort of thing. And they said, "Oh, no, you can't bring ceramics in." You just tap it on a table and it's like,
it's glass.
It's plastic.
Happy Rod's got a good question. We talked about this sort of about a year ago, but so maybe things have changed with another year of isolation and a year of being stuck with me. But what is the secret to a successful relationship with a YouTuber musician? Asking for a friend. Not that Happy Ron is also a YouTuber musician or anything. What would you say is the secret, Georgie?
That we don't see much of each other. No,
separation.
It can be tricky because this room that we're currently in is our bedroom / Pete's studio / my office. So
slash from Guns N' Roses.
Slash from Guns N' Roses. So we do have to be a little bit flexible with our timing and with our. The other day I was doing a work training course. I was training someone via Zoom or Teams or whatever, and I had to do it out in the kitchen because he was doing a show. But once he's finished, he tends to go off, leave the house for a while. So for long periods of time, 2 or 3 hours, he'll go, out for a walk, do some shopping or, answer all his comments on YouTube and that sort of thing. And that's the beauty of mobile.
Being mobile.
Yeah, of mobile recording and that sort of thing. So I think not spending all your time together is the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're on holidays, you appreciate your holidays or your vacation in America and Canada. You appreciate them because it's special. You're not on it all the time. Like you have your regular life and then you have your holidays or vacations. It's a bit like us. We don't spend all our time together, so that if we do actually get to have, a day together where we can go out for lunch and, have a drink, it makes it more interesting because we haven't spent the last week together, so we can actually have a chat and catch up on what's been happening. So the secret is separation.
And it is true, and we do often think when you see folks online, and look, you do you live your life the way you want, but we've often said that the people that seem to be together all the time and saying how much the other person is their whole world and their whole life and their things, and Georgie and I always look at each other and just like, this is probably gonna end badly because these people are spending way too much time together. And like you say, if you don't do things separately, you know everything already. Like you can't have a good conversation when you already know exactly what everyone else.
And separate interests and separate friends as well. Like, I mean, I don't know all of your friends. You don't know all of my friends. Not that
most of my friends are those guys.
Yes. And you do know most of my friends, but you tend not to hang around with them because some of them you don't like.
Oh, no, burn. Some may be watching. I love all your friends, Georgie. Hello, all Georgie's friends. We love you all.
Nobody watches your channel, mate.
That's true. I know. My children don't watch. I'm like, do you want to watch my videos? They're like, no, you're old and boring. I'm like, well, if I appealed to them, I'd be doing something wrong. That's the way I look at it. Can't wait to see Harry Potter as Weird Al. Yeah, so if you don't know, Daniel Radcliffe
is going to be amazing.
Is playing, he's playing Weird Al in a biopic or some sort of weird documentary or something.
Speaking of Weird Al, have you seen that video where you can pay, I think it's only like $2.99 or something, and you can put in any name at any age and it will do that deep fake thing where it says, "Oh, hey Pete, happy birthday," and then it sings a whole song to it's your birthday, it's your birthday.
Yeah, I was going to say we could do it, but we can't because we'll get copyright claims and things out the wazoo. But here it is. If you want to check it out, it's at americangreetings.com. And you put a name and you put an age in here. And there's a heap of names that you can actually choose from. So aunt, babe, brother, buddy, coach.
But once you scroll down, it actually starts getting into names.
So let's see.
There is Pete. There is not Georgie or Georgina.
No, there's Georgia, wasn't there?
Yes.
I bet there's
George
Jade.
and Georgia. Oh, that'd be Jade, yeah.
But you can scroll on down
here.
Yeah,
there you go. Jada. Oh, I said Jada.
Jada and Jade and
and
Jaden.
Jaden.
And Jalen and Jaylin. Wow. So if you're a J, you get Jada, Jade, Jaden, Jalen or Jaylin and Jai, but no Georgie. Unacceptable.
Well, Georgie's G, mate.
Yeah. I don't know how to spell your name.
That's very cool. We do like Weird Al.
Yes, indeed. Favorite concert was a Cane Garden Boy that ended with Boys to Men doing Motown. Location was kind of wow. That is very, very cool. Crows or Power? What are we, Georgie?
We're
the pride
crows.
of South Australia.
We're crows.
We are.
Port Power fans scare me.
You've just isolated 50% of our Australian audience, which is 4 to 5 people.
No, I actually some of my good friends
Some of
are
my best
Port.
friends are.
No, actually, like Carmen and Matthew are both Port supporters, and they love a bit of ribbing about it. But honestly, I don't really care. I'm scared of the ones that at the games, like at the showdowns, like the big important games, they get really worked up, and once they've had a few beers and they've got their
bravado on.
Yeah, they can get a bit. My brother actually got like shirt fronted, is that a thing?
Sure.
Like sort of
It is now.
chest bumped out of the way by a Port supporter just because he was wearing a Crows top.
Yeah, sports fans are weird with their colloquial.
Not as bad as soccer fans though.
Oh, burn!
I'm just trying to alienate everybody.
What about that stupid American rules football? That gridiron. That's a crazy sport. What about baseball? Who could think of a worse sport than baseball? Everyone should play hockey. All right, we got rid of everyone. All right, okay. See you.
And what about cricket?
Yeah, no, cricket's amazing. Happy anniversary to Kianra Music. So Kianra is over in WA. 20th wedding anniversary. We texted each other. There you go. See, that's a successful relationship.
Yes,
Happy
maybe
anniversary, honey. Not like, oh, my darling, 20 years of heavenly bliss. Put it on every social media and every public display of affection
I should
possible.
put it on social media.
Should we? We are on social media right now.
Oh, yeah. My sister actually messaged me happy anniversary this morning, and I can almost guarantee my mum will pop round later with a bunch of flowers.
It's a UK
Probably
thing.
tulips.
Can we ask the British folks here that it's very much a British thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
And my mum is
anniversaries
English.
yeah, your mum's English, so anniversaries are very big things for that.
Yeah.
I challenge any couple to spend 1 month constantly together without wanting to kill each other.
Oh.
Yeah. When we've been on holidays before, you get about 7 days
Vacations.
in. Vacations. You get about 7 days in, and there's
Get out of my sight. Don't want to see you. I'm going shopping.
Right, exactly. That's why we go to Vegas, because I can go gamble and you can go shop and drink and everyone's happy. Yep. love it, pigeonhole us. I'm like, I'll gamble and you shop and drink.
That's what we do.
love being alone, mixed club. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I must admit, I am enjoying my own company a lot more since I have been not forced, but as an extrovert, I do tend to seek out other people. And since we've not been able to do it as much over the last 2 years for various reasons, I've come to appreciate my own company to the point where I hear the key in the door of Pete coming back and I'm like, damn it. No, but I do appreciate it.
I usually give you a warning when I'm coming back. So, yeah, you can tell the other guy to leave.
Yeah, so I can kick out my extra boyfriend.
Who has time and energy for extra boyfriend?
It's usually so I can pretend I've actually been doing the
Pretend I've
washing,
been-
not laying on the couch.
or playing Beat Saber on the VR.
on the
We
VR.
talked about that last time 3 months ago, and at the time I'm like, oh, that's going to be such a fad. Georgie still rocks the Beat Saber.
I'm the
on a
only
regular
one that...
basis.
Oh, no, the girls do play
They
it,
do
but
play it
I'm the one that plays it the most.
Hello, Kim, Harden Hudson. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Just scrolling down because we're way behind on the chat. Yeah, happy anniversary as well to Kiara, as we already said. Hello to RJ, lovely, beautiful girl. There you go. You've been-
Who, me?
Probably, yeah.
Sure.
When was,
I'll
last
take
time, when was the last time you were called a girl and not a lady or a woman?
Or usually ma'am.
Ma'am. How
You're making a scene.
Not to... You're making a scene. Not to get off topic, but how much do you hate being called sir or ma'am? Or is it madam worse? Which is the worst?
I
greeting?
actually don't mind being called ma'am because I'm an old lady. What really bothers me is these people that use my first name constantly and repeatedly when they speak to me. That, you know, in a meeting or on a phone call, they're trying to engage, but they're like, so Georgie, what we're going to do today for you, Georgie, is we've got this really great deal, Georgie. Georgie, can you tell me a little bit about what you like to do, Georgie? And I'm like, I know my name. You know my name. You don't need to use it all the time.
Customer service training
Oh,
101.
I
You must engage with the
can't stand
customer.
it. Engage once. I wouldn't say to you, so, Pete, what do you feel like doing today, Pete? Pete, should we go out for a walk, Pete? Like,
You don't ever call me Pete.
No, I don't.
You know what she calls me? Daddy.
I do. I have to. Because when I'm referring to him to the children, I say daddy. So then when I'm asking him a question, I'll be like, Daddy, do you want dinner now or whatever? It sounds awful when you say it like that, though. Hey, Daddy, can you pass me that?
Are you hungry, Daddy?
No, I'm actually saying, can you pass me that?
Oh, yeah. What am I passing you?
I'm changing the subject.
Yeah, getting away from that weirdness. All right, we'll take.
Oh, look, it's so reflective. You can't even see it. This came in the mail the other day.
Yeah. Yes, that's the silver play button, which has a bit of a story behind it. It took a long time to get here because I'm an idiot, basically. I think I talked about it on the show the other day, but I ordered it because you have to order it. Like, they don't just send it to you; you have to apply for it. So I ordered it. Yeah, you get some cool reflections going on there. You better see the water bottle and. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, they sent it to my PO box, and I got a UPS tracking notification saying, "Click here for important information about your item." I'm like, "Ha ha ha! I'm not going to get scammed by you, fake UPS." Turned out it was actually this thing saying, "Oh, we can't deliver to a PO box. Return to sender." So it would have arrived in January, just after I hit 100,000 subscribers, but it arrived now.
At the end of March. Literally like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and it's very nice. It's not as heavy as I thought. I was hoping it was be made of real silver, so I could, melt it down when times get tough. But no, apparently
It's been living in our youngest daughter's bedroom for the last 2 days because when we got it, she was very excited. She said, "Can I hang it up in my room?" Yeah. And Daddy over here said he could.
I said, if you tidy your room, then you can put it in there. And she actually tidied her room.
So she's had it sitting on the couch in her room for a while.
Yeah, but she wants to hang it up in her room, which is fine because I don't know. Actually, we'll put that as a poll because I've closed the poll question and I forgot to tell the answers of the last poll, and now I think it's so far in the past I don't think I can find it. There it is. Yeah, so we asked about where your main creative space is, and 47% of you said your study or office. Only 30% of you have a bedroom studio like we do here. 17% said everywhere, man, and 4% are in a closet or a nook. So yeah.
I was almost going to put Pete in a closet.
Yeah, you were trying to scope out our walk-in robe, and I'm just like, I may need ventilation, and you're like, oh
I kind
yeah,
of forgot that he needs to
breathing.
breathe.
So I'm going to ask a question here, a poll question, and then we're going to do. Should we do some trivia after this?
Sure.
Ask a poll question, which is: should I put my play button in the background of videos? Because I think it's super wanky.
Yes, no, and
Yes, no, and
don't be a wanker. Or no, that's
that's
basically no.
We'll just use yes or no there. Oh no, I've got an app. Oh no, another option. Delete it. All right. So we'll submit that there because some people have said, "Oh no, you should totally put it. It would look super cool," and other people are like, "Oh god, no, you would look like such a giant wanker." So I'll ask folks here and let me know what you think.
But
Head.
just to finish off
Yeah,
this
sorry, I went
segment.
off.
It went off. I can't really show it because it's so reflective.
Let's bring it up closer.
Yeah.
Come closer.
And you can't see that. There it go. It says, Pete John Studio Live today and some other things that I can't read. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. 100,000 subscribers. You're up to over 107,000 now, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was so bad.
And that's you guys. So thank you.
That is.
Basically, we should be like do a raffle and send it to someone else.
Yeah, Kim said let your daughter have it, which is probably what we'll do.
Yes.
But you can actually order more. So maybe I order.
Ooh, can you?
You can. You can get more of them. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Lots of money?
I don't know.
Some amount?
I haven't found out. Maybe I'll find out. So yeah, maybe I'll get one and like raffle it off because that would be cool. Who would buy a raffle ticket to get a play button of a channel that they're not part of? No one. That too.
Yeah, maybe it might be a good idea to donate the money to charity or something.
I don't know. Yeah. See, Mark say yes, be proud of what you accomplished. Yeah, and yes, you've earned it. And yeah, I get that. I don't know.
You have worked super hard to get to where you are, and that's an accomplishment in itself. So the fact that you got that it's not a small thing. There's not that many people who have them.
Are you proud of me?
So sure, why not?
So many people say that to me. It's just like, oh, Georgie must be so proud of everything that you're doing. And I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm all right. Yeah. It's fine. I think that's the beauty part of you.
He's having fun.
Yeah, the good thing about you is that you're not like that because I could easily imagine the giant ego, big-headed person I'd be if you were just like constantly saying, oh, that's so good. But no, you're not. You're like, yeah, you're all right. You'll do.
I like that you work hard and you hustle. And you treat your community well. In fact, I was a bit off topic. I was cleaning our coffee machine the other day, and on a different random channel that Pete used to have, he put up a video, mostly just for us, because every time we descaled the coffee machine, it's like this 10-step process that isn't very clear in the instructions. So Pete put up a video on how to do it. And it's a bit long and rambly, and so I skipped through it in parts. But there are about... And it was years ago. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago, this video. But there are comments on there of people saying, oh, here we go. You're going to put it up. There are comments at the bottom with people saying, oh, my goodness, this is, a lifesaver. I had no idea how to do this and I've wasted so much scalar solution and blah, blah, blah. And to this day, he still responds to comments. And then the people respond to the comments saying, oh, my goodness, you still respond to comments. So... It's a testament to how little time he has. No, how much time he has on his hands to respond to people's comments. No, yep. I think it's important that you differentiate yourself by being available to the community and being, able to respond.
And it's good because thankfully, someone asked me a question last night that was harsh but fair, which is you've got 100,000 subscribers. Why do you only get 200 or 300 people watching each of your videos? And I said, basically, because a lot of people are subscribed because they learned how to clean stuff out of their headphone jack and they don't actually care about anything else. Yeah. So there's a lot of people I know that have subscribed, and it's the way it works with a lot of things. But because I don't cover news and up-to-date topics and, I'm not going to do a video about Taylor Hawkins and exploit that. I'm not going to do a video about the slap gate and exploit that. Like I just want to create content that people will look at over time and can be useful. And no shade on people that want to do that. Well, some shade on people that are profiting from other people's misery. But it's just the way we're going. Yeah, should we have a top up?
Yes, that is what I am doing.
Should we do some trivia? people up for
Sure.
some trivia? Because I found some cool. Like we tried doing a trivia show at one point, and unfortunately, some little kiddies came on and ruined it because we used what was it called?
Kahoot.
We used Kahoot, and we thought it would be cool. And if everyone did the right thing, it would have been super fun. But people came in and there's like hacks and spam things, and it just didn't work. So we'll get back to doing that. We'll do that again with the Patreon folks because that was really fun when we did it. But unfortunately, we can't go public with it because people come in and spoil the fun for everyone.
Silly little kitties.
So we'll do a little bit of trivia in a minute. But Thomas says, yeah, hard to get 1,000 subscribers, let alone 100,000. And the weird thing, like anything, the weird thing is the first 1,000 were the hardest, and it took me 3.5 years to get to 1,000, and then it took me less than 3 years to get from 1,000 to 100,000. So if you, and I know Thomas, you're sort of grinding, a lot of people are grinding away. Yeah, that first bit is hard, and then it's almost unfair that once you have got to that level, it pushes you up and more people discover you because people look at that. People judge things based on how many. I do the same thing. If I see a channel that's only got 100 subscribers and then another one that's got 10,000 and they're both doing a tutorial video, I'll watch the 10,000 one because I figure they've got more channel authority.
Wow. Aren't you what's the word where you, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
There's a word that I'm thinking of, but I can't think of it at the moment.
See, something about sitting on this channel that you lose your words. You can no longer use words.
That's right.
Yes. And it does. That our coffee machine is like, yeah, it's our best friend because it's already been a 2 coffee day.
So
here.
good. And you just put the beans in and it grinds them, and you can steam the milk, but I don't ever bother. I just add a dash to the coffee in the morning because it's so good. You don't actually need much milk in it. So
It's true. Yeah, that's a very good point. And something I've been working on the last couple of years is not using my biases, because in Australia we have something called the tall poppy syndrome, which is as soon as someone's successful, you're just like, no, mate, don't be full of yourself. You're a bit big for your boots there, aren't you, mate? And I know it's the same. British people are also sort of very humble, but there's a difference between humbleness and self-deprecation, which is where you say, oh, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't try. I'm like, yeah, I bloody worked hard for this. So yeah, I appreciate that, but it's hard to fight against that.
Americans do it much better
Yeah.
in terms of building up themselves and others. Like they're proud of other people's achievements and will be more sort of open about it. We should probably learn from them.
Should. Exactly. There you go. Going to see Stephen on Friday. That's very cool.
Tuesday.
Where did I get Friday from?
I don't know.
Very cool. Yes. Yeah, good interview. We talked about that. Chris, hello to you. I don't think we said good day to Chris before.
Yes,
you
okay.
clean your coffee maker? Is that a thing? Well, it hasn't been. How long have we had that coffee maker?
Well, actually, I was descaling it, and so I cleaned it at the same time, but it was
It
filthy.
was the first time that you'd actually taken the whole thing apart. And actually
Yeah,
cleaned it.
I pulled bits
It tells
out
you to
and
do it
like
every
got
3
in there
months,
with
but
like
who cleans that?
I got in there with like little earbuds and was like scraping bits of crud out and things.
Yes. Cool. Yes. One of the few things I think you do a lot of things well in the US. I think, again, it's the 1% rule. I think 1% of people are dicks and 99% of people are super cool. And unfortunately, sometimes the 1% of dicks ruin it for the rest of us. And
The 1% are very loud.
they are, aren't they? I actually wrote a song called 1%, and it's about the 1%, but that was about wealth, and that was about the fact that 1% of people control 90% of the wealth, which
Do I know this song? Have I heard this song?
possibly. Shall I play it?
No, thanks. I mean, you can if you like, if your people want to hear it.
Oh, hello to Lily Pillies. That's our buddy Manny over in Sydney. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, let's do some trivia. So what I've done this time around is we've cheated. We haven't made these ourselves, but what I thought I'd do, there's all these quizzes here. These are from Double J, which is like, so there's Triple J and Double J. Double J is what Triple J used to be. So when we were growing up in the 90s and 2000s, we listened to Triple J, which was our youth radio station. And then because all the youth became 40-somethings, we now have Double J, which is our version of the old school stuff that plays all the stuff we like. So Double J do these quizzes every week. They're weekly quizzes. They're very cool. You can go to ABC Double J quizzes and you'll find them there. But I thought we'd do 2 of them here. We're going to pick one at random. And do you want to go first? Should we toss a coin to see who goes? I don't have a coin. Do you want to go first or should I go
Paper,
first?
scissors?
Yeah, let's rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. And then you can pick one of these 8 most recent ones.
Do we go rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or is it rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, 1, 2, I don't know. What do you do? 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. You win.
I win. So I go first. All right, so I'm going to go, and you can play along at home and answer. If you want to mislead me in the chat, if you really want Georgie to win, but we'll see who gets the best score out of 10 at the end of this.
Oh, yeah, I need help,
Georgie
guys.
can heckle me from the sidelines, and you can join in on this. So I won't choose the Australian one. Let's choose this one here. I'm just going to choose it at random. 10 questions about music. How many can you get right? And I don't know any of these artists here. Oh, that's Paul Kelly. Some of these will be a bit Australian, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of international stuff in there as well. So we'll come on down here and we'll start this quiz. And wish me luck, folks. Or if you want Georgie to win, wish me not luck.
So are you doing all of these questions?
Yeah.
So I'll read them out to you.
You'll read them out and I will answer them as we go through.
All right, so don't help Pete, but you can help me later. All right, so the Strokes just announced, they just announced Australian sideshows for 2022. What festival will they be in the country for? Should that be which festival?
Which festival?
Will it be Laneway, Blues Fest, Splendour in the Grass, or Punk Fest?
I think that the Strokes are coming to Australia and I think they're playing Splendour in the Grass. So I'm going to choose that one. And I'm correct. So one for one. And that was a bit of an Australian one. So
Very Australian.
If you didn't know that, that's probably okay. So we'll go to the next one.
Right. So Concrete Blonde are best known for their 1990 single Jenny, Johnny, Jerry, or Joey. Oh, that's easy.
I don't actually know this. Yeah, Splendour in the Grass. Mark got that one right there. I'll give you 30 seconds on these, not to draw it out too much, but I'll give you 30 seconds. So if anyone wants to try and mislead me or tell me what it is, so Concrete Blonde. What do we reckon? So Brad's a good. I think is it that one? Joey,
yep.
Baby. Is it that one? Jenny, don't lose my number. It could be them.
Oh, I thought it was Joey.
I thought Joey was.
Actually, Joey might be
Melissa Etheridge or someone like that.
No, not Melissa Etheridge.
Oh, I know this. Doing the song at our next gig. Mixed Club says Jenny. So we got Jenny's and Joey's.
Oh, now I'm thinking Jenny. I thought it was Joey.
I'm going to go Jenny. I think it's about Jenny. Oh, no, Brad. Brad is just like, I told you. That was my Canadian. I told you.
That terrible Canadian. Don't do that.
Awful. Oh, mate, Joey.
Baby.
Yeah, there you go. No idea, but I wouldn't bet against. Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to bet against Brad in the future. All right, so I've let you in there on question 2.
Yes.
All right, what is the... Oh, see, this is where it's going to get a bit weird because what is the second album from Melbourne's
These
ModCon?
are very Australian.
Yeah. So
what is the name of the second album from Melbourne's ModCon? Is it Modern Condition, Modern Convenience, Modified Contraband, or Modernist Concerns?
Oh, I don't know. Me and Georgie should do that song. We should do Joey. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good song.
We could
Except it
harmonise
gets
on
high after a while. I can do the Joey bit, but
yeah, and then can I do that? I didn't mean to make you cry.
yeah, you did. Let's be confused.
I love you.
You don't know the words. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's going to have an idea of this. So I'm going to go itty bitty. I like the idea of Modified Contraband. Nope. It's Modern Condition. There you go.
That
ModCon.
makes more sense.
I like that. I like the idea of a band called ModCon that have something called Modern Condition. Shakira recently recounted a terrifying encounter in which she had her purse stolen. Who was the thief?
Shaggy, a charity vendor, 2 enormous wild boars, or her kids. I mean, having kids, I would say that, but
I want it to be Shaggy.
I haven't heard this story.
I haven't heard this story either.
No.
I want it to be Shaggy. I'll need your help with this one, folks. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to choose one. What is the song I'm thinking of? Jenny, don't lose my number. What's that
I
like?
don't know that.
But Concrete Blonde had the female lead singer, so I should have known that was Joey. But for some reason, I thought it was a.
That's Jimmy. Don't lose. No.
Jimmy, don't lose. I don't know. Wild Boars, says Mark. Thomas Christ thinks Charity Vendor. Charity Vendor was the most logical one. The Kids, says the Lily Pillies. If it's a terrifying encounter with your own children.
Yeah. If it's a terrifying encounter, I would say the Wild Boars. Yeah, I'm with Mark.
I think Manny's trying to lead me astray. You reckon Wild Boars or do you reckon Charity Vendor?
I mean, a charity vendor's not going to be too terrifying unless they, point a gun at you or something. But I would say 2 enormous wild boars would be pretty terrifying.
Come on,
let's
give it a crack. Oh, yeah. Shakira. So what happened? People were just watching. They weren't doing anything.
And then the boars went on a wild spending spree with all her credit cards.
Oh, the pigs don't lie. Come on.
No.
Pay that one. Pay it.
No.
Pay it.
No.
All right. Oh, so this is another Australian question.
These are very
Getting
Australian.
the Australian
Which
ones.
of these artists does not have a writing credit on Yothu Yundi's classic Treaty? Treaty is a song that came out in the late 80s, early 90s. And it's about Indigenous rights, basically. I'm going to butcher that first name. I can't say that. It's Galawaru Yunipingu,
That's pretty good.
Paul Kelly, Witiana Marika, or James Rain.
So I'm thinking that the two Aboriginal names there probably were. I'm thinking the question here is, did Paul Kelly or James Rain have a writing credit on Treaty by Yothu Yindi?
Well, no, the thing is, it could be tricking you because the two people that were in Yothu Yindi, they might not have a writing credit on it.
But Paul Kelly was one of the pictures on the thing, so I'm going Paul Kelly. Oh!
It was James Rain.
It was James Rain. There you go. I know. Yeah, see? Oh, look, I should have gone with Mark. See, he knew. He knew or was Googling it. I don't know, one of the two. No, Mark wouldn't do that. Let's see what we got next. Here's one for the international folks. Because, yes, this is a classic 90s tune. You read the question.
What is King Missile's song Detachable Penis about? Third wave feminism, the fall of the Berlin Wall, Pokemon addiction, or pocket monsters as I like to call them, or a man losing his penis? Well,
I mean,
on the surface, it's pretty obvious, but is there some sort of underlying...
I can't know. Does anyone know anything about this? Like, is any big King Missile fans here that know that it's actually about third wave feminism or it's actually about the fall of the Berlin Wall? It's definitely not about Pokemon addiction. No, Pokemon wasn't even around when the detachable penis came out.
Well, Pokemon cards probably were.
Probably the OG Pokemon.
Not the computer game.
Mark says I'd go third wave. Mark says don't trust me, and then he says go third wave feminism. Is it about John Wayne
it's about
Bobbitt?
John Wayne Bobbitt.
Yes.
Right.
Does everyone remember John Wayne Bobbitt? Hello, Mr. Smith. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Hope you're well. I'm just going to man lazy penis. Yeah, I went the easy, obvious one. But look how many people. 22% went that.
Because it throws you off because you think, oh, is this a trick question?
What does it say down the bottom there?
It says King Missile frontman told Spin magazine the song isn't actually about it being detachable. It's about it being lost. But lost penis is not really a good name for a song.
I love if you're not familiar with that song. At the end, he finds it like someone's selling it at the side of the road, and he gets it, he dusts it off, and he puts it back on. And I'm like, that's just so weird and bizarre. All right, next question here. Ooh,
How many studio albums has Tori Amos released? A lot, I think.
Now, I happen to know, Kim Harden Hudson, calling Kim Harden Hudson, I happen to know that you are a Tori Amos fan. So I'm going to ask
You're
Kim
gonna phone
to
a
put
friend.
a number in the chat, and whatever Kim says, I'm going to go with, because I would...
This is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You don't get 50-50.
Come on, we should. I should get 50-50. Phone a friend, or what's the other one?
What was the other one?
Didn't watch a lot of that. It was hosted by Eddie Maguire here in Australia, which is bad.
It was Regis in America, wasn't it?
So Mark, who wants to be a millionaire?
That's
the
Shatner.
other- Yeah, Regis was like the guy that talked really loud all the time. So Mark says 16. Ivan says 8. Thomas Christ is guessing 16. Reality 16 or 22. Probably the 16 or 22. I'd go with 16 or 8 for Mr. Smith. So here's the thing. I thought 16 at the first view seems reasonable, but I actually can't name that many Tori Amos albums. I think she's one of those artists that has been really kind of... Like, she hasn't actually put out a whole lot of full studio albums, but she has been around for a really long time. So I'm going to go... I'm going to stop overthinking. I'm going to go 16. Hey! There you go. All right, 16 is...
She's quite prolific.
I thought you were going to say she's quite pretty when it showed her
Well,
face.
she is pretty too.
Well, she never was a cornflake girl. That's why she's...
That's true.
That's why she's
That'd
so
be a
pretty.
good one to do as well. Because I can do the Never Was a Conflict
The Nationals'
girl.
debut album recent. Oh, sorry, you're gonna read it.
The Nationals' debut album recently celebrated its 20th anniversary. What's it called? Oh, I like the contraction of what's.
What's it called?
Because what's it called? Because if I had to
What
read it
is
as
it
what
called?
is it called,
What is it
it
called?
would be, yeah.
So I don't know the band The National. Does
Nash-
anyone know the band The National? Are
The
they
National-
are they
The
Australian or are they somewhere else? I've never heard of them.
Well,
Leela never was a cornflake girl. No, you bet your life she wasn't. That was a good solution. I don't know the name of this one. I don't know this band at all. If anyone's got any idea, I'll give you 10 more seconds if you wanna throw any ideas in the chat. No and yes. This isn't helping, folks. What is it? The National. I'm just gonna go The National. The name of their album was The National.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh,
Mark!
Mark
Never
is
leaves
crushing.
me a spray or a stray. All right, I think I don't know where we're at. I think I've got about 4 out of 8 so far.
Yes.
Let's go to the penultimate question. What is it?
All right. What was the name of the band Paul Mac started with Daniel Johns?
Okay.
Was it The Districts? This is Cousin Daniel, is it?
Cousin Daniel Johns. Yeah. Daniel Johns from Silverchair. Folks may not know this band, but they would definitely know Silverchair.
So the Districts, the Diseases, the Disassociatives, or the Disenchantment? I think I know this one.
This is it's called the Disassociatives,
Yes.
and Paul Mac, who was a producer, and Daniel Johns, who was the front man of Silverchair, and they created like an electro project called the Disassociatives. Quite good, quite good, quite good. There you go, Lily. Yeah, Manny had it. Manny was all over it.
Yes.
Manny would be into the Disassociatives. All right, let's go next. The last one.
Last
the ultimate question is.
Okay, which of the following artists has been nominated as Double J's Australian Artist of the Year for 2021? Is that Marlon Williams, Lord, Crowded House, or Emma Donovan and the Putbacks?
Well, Lord's not Australian, so we can strike that one. She's New Zealander.
But it didn't say, it did say Australian Artist of the Year.
Crowded House are also not Australian. Like we like to pretend they are, but they're also from New Zealand, or at least their front man and main people are. I've never heard of the other two, so it's between Emma Donovan and the Putbacks and Marlon Williams. I think I saw something about Putbacks recently, and I'm like, who are they? They sound like they're cool, so I'm going to go with them.
Okay.
Hey, this is going to be a tough one for you to beat, Georgie. You're going to need all the help from the audience.
I'm just going to go with whatever Mark says next time.
7 out of 10. You've got
7 out of
potential.
10.
Lenny likes it. Lenny
All
says I've got potential.
Well, let's do you.
I was
going to say let's have a break and
right.
we can
Have a
do
break
me
and we'll
later.
So 7 out of 10 is the one to get. There you go. The Putbacks is it. Professional widow and caught a light sneeze. Brilliant. Yeah, Tori Amos is good. Yeah, well, probably up there with my favourite female artists. Like she was around that sort of Alanis Morissette, Tori Amos.
I really
90s
like
rock
Tori's
chick.
voice. I don't know a lot of her catalogue.
Yeah, there was no, I'm thinking of someone else. Who did the? No, I'm thinking of Australian artists. Don't worry. I'm going off on tangents here. If anyone does have any other questions that you would like to ask, by the way, whether you're here live or on the replay, because I know this is not suitable time for many folks. So if you're in, especially UK and Europe, folks,
It's late.
put a question. You can put a question at the start of your comment, and we'll answer it here, or you can put it down in the chat, the comments, because as Georgie said, I try to get back and answer as many comments as possible.
Bubbles make you burp.
To me later on. Yeah.
If I just start belching, it's,
Oh, Mark.
it's
Mark's
because
being,
of the-
Mark's being a bit saucy.
Oh, what did he say?
All right, we'll switch it up and we'll talk about where we got. Blah, 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 blah. So how has it been? You talked about the fact that we're in the same area. We probably kind of covered this already. Sorry, Lenny's looking at me weirdly over here. But yeah, sharing a workspace. How have you found that? Because we've been doing this for when did we put the studio and the bedroom and everything together?
It's only been about 6 months. For a while, I allowed Pete to have this room as a studio slash gym, because we had the treadmill in here as well, as Jade would remember.
Yeah, everyone remember the treadmill.
But when our children got a bit more independent and needed their own space, we gave them individual bedrooms. So the room that we were in upstairs, we moved one over, and we've moved our bed down here. So my office was our bedroom before. So Pete had this studio and I had the bedroom / office, now all in one. But I covered this before. It's about being flexible. I work a 9 to 5, 3 days a week. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So on a Wednesday and a Friday, I can be out of the room.
When I do all my admin and all the fun bill paying and all that sort of jazz.
And on a Monday, Tuesday or Thursday, when I have meetings or training or anything like that, I have a laptop, so I can go out into the kitchen or the dining area and Pete can be in here, or I can be in here having a meeting and he can be on his laptop. So portability and flexibility. There's our two key themes for the day.
Portability and
Feel like
flexibility.
A children's entertainer. Can you say portability?
What's the number of the day?
The number of the day. That's from Sesame Street, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
The Sesame Street.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, the treadmill was the classic studio life today.
It's in our lounge room now.
It is.
And
I used it
it's
for the first time in about a
gathering
year
dust.
yesterday.
Oh, did you yesterday?
Yeah.
Good job.
So I actually
I
got back
used
on
it a few weeks ago.
Yes, we'll get back to it. Yeah, as we sit here on our asses drinking wine at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Basically haven't eaten for the last 2 days because I jumped on the scales the other day and went, whew.
Yes,
COVID kilos are creeping back on.
the COVID-19. Yes. Well, it doesn't quite work here because if you gain 19 kilos, that's a bit rough. But I know that a lot of folks in the US and because pounds.
But 19 pounds is still about
Still about
7,
8, 9
yeah.
kgs, 2.2 pounds, I think. Got a couple of questions here. Is Georgie? Don't worry, a lot of people call you Georgia, so you don't.
my full name is Georgina. It's Georgie, but that's...
Which you could shorten to Georgia, to be honest.
could,
Georgie, Georgia, because Georgina. So either or. Are you musical? Are you musical? Hang on, let's find out. Yep. Get a pretty good sound out of that guy.
As a younger person, I used to really enjoy doing musical theatre. So that was always my area of, I don't know, not expertise. That was what I did for fun.
Your passion.
I used to be in amateur theatre companies and that sort of thing. I did vocal training when I was younger and then stopped and then forgot how to sing. I don't know if you can see it, but I have no, you can't see it on the screen. I have a tattoo and it's a treble clef with little leaves around it. So that's sort of my musical tribute. And I have sung backing vocals on a couple of Pete's songs.
And you sang in the chorus, the lead vocals for one of my songs.
I did.
Yeah, it was in the preview for folks to watch.
Oh, the Spy from a Distance one. Yes, I forgot about that.
Our C-word spy song about spying when you have to be socially distant was featuring Georgie.
So not as musical as Pete. I don't know any instruments. In fact, I said to my parents a while back, and I think I've mentioned this before, why did I not learn an instrument? And they said, because you never asked. I said, well, as a parent, you were supposed to push me. That's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to force your children to do the things.
Pete did try to teach me guitar for a bit, but I can't, the callus and the nails and the coordination. I'll stick to playing Beat Saber on the Oculus. But yes, to answer your question, somewhat.
Yes. And yes, Georgie is a better, again, because we're Australian and we're self-deprecating by nature, we do sort of talk ourselves down as opposed to talking up. So Georgie is a very good singer and I would like to come and sing on the show again soon on the Happy Hour. So you have also sung on the Happy Hour. So we sang
I did a Wiggles song. Yep.
Did we not do one other song at some stage? I thought we did.
Possibly. I did. You released a cover of Addicted to Bass.
Yeah.
I wasn't super thrilled with that one, but
yeah,
you know, you put things out there, don't you?
You do. If you go to this is a chance for a promotion. Have you noticed I haven't been promoting things? I haven't said leave a super chat. I haven't seen keep the lights on by donating to the channel. I know, because we don't like doing those sort of things. But if you go to petejohns.com, you can come here and stream all my music. And if you go in through wherever you like, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. But yeah, if you go to the YouTubes and scroll on through the back catalogue, you'll come here and you'll find that one, Spy from a Distance, which is the one that Georgie sings on, and I'm not going to be able to find it here, am I?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, you'll find it in there eventually, somewhere in here under all the playlists. It's called Addicted to Bass, and it looks a little bit something like that. There you go. So look for that one. And that's actually a picture of a bridge on the Yarra River in Melbourne that I used for the background of that. So
there you go.
perfect.
Pete used to spend a lot of time in Melbourne for work before he quit his corporate job.
Yes, before I stopped suckling from the corporate teat. How did you two meet? We'll do a brief version because I think we covered this.
We worked together.
Yeah, we worked together.
In a call centre of all places.
Yes.
And then we were talking. It was music actually that got us together because he was in a band called Scarpa. And he gave me his demo tape and I listened to it in the car and I liked it. So I came to listen to them rehearse one day and then we went out for a date and the rest is history.
I think as we mentioned last time, the date was
McDonald's because we're just that classy.
Right, totally. Yes. Yes, Thomas says Georgie has quite the voice.
Oh, yeah, you missed the comment before, but I read it. Somebody said, to the American ear, my voice is quite lovely.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I didn't see who it was. Sorry. I
American ears.
Yes,
Love
if
it.
you can scroll back later and find out, that'd be good because I want to know who likes my voice.
Oh, they like me. They really like. Was that a Marilyn Monroe thing? They like me. They really like me, or something like that.
No, that's Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Oh, is it?
No,
no,
not
that's
really.
somebody stop me. Isn't that Jim Carrey from The Mask?
Yes, I
Like,
think.
alrighty then. That was Ace Ventura.
That's all the Jim Carrey one. Jim Carrey weighed in on the whole Will Smith thing.
I love
It
the
all
idea
comes
of that. I mean, I don't. We're not going to talk about it. Don't worry, folks. But I love the idea of that. That it's like, if you watch The Simpsons, it's just like, let's hear from Sideshow Mel. It's just like the randomest people that are coming out and just like, well, I signed with Will Smith for the following reasons, and it's like, Rob Schneider,
Why do
you
we
were a
care?
carrot. Why do we care about you? I don't.
Rob Schneider is
Is a carrot.
South Park reference.
How do you play 2-5-1-4 on the guitar? You go down, 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 like that.
I don't understand what that means.
Neither do I, but I made up an answer. You don't ever do that. Mr. Smith says, apologies for the misspell, I'm a drummer. Do you know that Mr. Smith is the one who did the... he gave himself a lot more than me.
Yes.
Mr. Smith is the guy that did the backing track of Foxy Lady, where he took my live performance and... put it
Yeah,
together.
you're a way better musician than Pete. He actually said that. He was like, he's made my song so much better. And
I
I'm
know,
like,
it was.
yes.
It was like 3 or 4 times better.
Yes.
Hey, Randy, Windtalker, Mott's. Randy plays a Native American flute. I forget the proper name of it, but yeah, he plays. I've interviewed him on the show before. And he travels around the US with his wife in like a
What's
in a
that
trailer,
like, traveling?
or a camper van, or a, what do you call it?
Okay, never mind. No.
Travel. Yeah, we remember travel. I
We remember travel. I
is it
don't
true
know
that
that
the
I
last-
want to do it in a Winnebago, but
the last 2 times we've tried to travel, we haven't. Is that true? Like we've tried to go somewhere, and then we tried to go somewhere. Like we basically, I know we did go to Berry, didn't we? Went up to the Riverland.
our last actual proper holiday was the cruise that got turned around, and we went on a driving holiday in August of 2020. When everything was sort of starting to open up again, and then it got shut down again.
Motorhome, that's what it is. Yeah, Winnebago is the brand name. Motorhome is what you
Yes.
call the generic term.
Yes, and caravan is the one that you put behind you. And
Yep.
is that what they're called in America? They're called
They're
trailers,
called trailers
in
in
America.
America, I think. But
Yeah.
trailer has a bit of a connotation, I think, in America. So,
Of
yeah.
trailer trash. Is that? Yeah. But caravans are great for short term. And we've stayed in Australia, we call them caravan parks. I guess in America, they'd be called trailer parks. And we stay in them.
There's
And
very nice ones, though.
there's beautiful ones here that, on the beach, and they've got the swimming pools and the bouncing pillow things that the kids can go on, and, water parks and all sorts. And that's it. That's a holiday. And it's, half an hour down the road, which is what we did about a month ago.
True. That's, yeah. And our kids don't care. I mean, we've got a bunch of topics. We'll probably not cover all of them here, but we're going to talk kids later. But the very short version of kids is that they don't care where you go.
As
Don't
long as
spend
they're
a lot of money on
together.
them, because we've been, like, we took the kids to 3 places. So in the last sort of 5 years, we had a trip to the Gold Coast when they were a bit younger, which is like Australia's kind of Florida, really. It's like
Movie
theme
world,
parks
sea
and
world.
beaches and stuff. And then we took them to Bali, which is Australia's, like, where you go for a cheap beach holiday in Indonesia. And then we took her to West Beach. And the smallest one was saying to me, she's just like, I didn't mind Bali and the Gold Coast, but West Beach is probably my favourite. I'm just like, ugh. So
The half an hour down
half
the
an hour
road.
down the road in Adelaide, like on the coast, is what the kids want. So yeah, don't spend all the money on the kids.
We do plan to get over to the US soon, and we would have probably been if it hadn't been for
The C word.
yes. But we do want to. You can't go past Disneyland, can you?
I don't think so.
Anyway,
Yeah, Disneyland and California Adventure.
well, we have been. We have actually been to Disneyland and California Adventure,
we
just the
have.
two of us. But we'd like to take the kids.
Yes. We'll answer. We've got 2 questions here from Thomas and from Omni Collective Creativity. And then you'll do your trivia.
Okay.
So we've got to make sure that you do your... See if you can crack the 7 and see...
All right, Mark, it's you and me.
All right. So question from Thomas, which is, have you ever visited the Australian mountains for a holiday or otherwise? Have we been?
Do you know what a lot of people actually go up into the Flinders Ranges here, and obviously like the Blue Mountains, over on the east coast. We're not really mountain people, are we?
We're not mountain goats.
No.
No, I guess, and here we've got if you go over to New South Wales and Victoria, there's mountain in terms of like skiing. Like in the wintertime, there's the snowfields, which are at like Mount Hotham in Victoria, and I forget the name of the one in New South Wales. Thredbo, Mount Buller. So yeah, no, really.
No, we're not really mountain people, which is odd. Maybe we should try.
Yeah, no, we haven't been. Weirdly, the only time that we've actually been to the snow, even though we have snow in Australia, people don't think of Australia as a snowy place, but there is snow in Australia, and it's
not so much in South Australia,
but yeah, none in South Australia.
In Victoria and New South Wales, there is, and obviously Tasmania has snow. But the only time we were in the snow was in Europe.
True.
Oh, and America.
Yes.
Very light dusting.
Light dusting. Yeah, that's right. New York, it was like.
I hear that Light Dusting are playing the Troob this weekend.
Light Dusting would be a cool name for a band. Speaking of bands, have you, Pete or Georgie, ever heard of, this is from Omni Collective Creativity, Hush, Tool, Dream Theater, Electronic Light Orchestra, or Yes?
Have you heard of Tool, Pete?
Tool are one of my favourite bands of all time. So, yes, I'm a big Tool fan. I know of Hush and Dream Theater. ELO are good. And Yes, they're pretty old school, but also pretty good. So, Yes would be the short answer.
I think you spelled Rush wrong. No. I'm joking.
Maybe it was Rush. Yeah.
No. Tool, yes, has been a big part of Pete's musical influences.
Yes.
Electric Light Orchestra, yes, a couple of songs. I can't think of the names of songs. I'm thinking of Big Audio Dynamite. No.
If I had my time again.
No. But Dream Theater, no, I don't think I've ever heard of them. I'll have to look them up.
There you go. Yes, Jordan Rudress, I can't say his name. Yes, he's the Dream Theater dude, and I think Jade actually interviewed him, which is pretty cool. Yes, Randy, when we come to the US, we will indeed let you know.
Hopefully next year. Do you think?
I think so. 2023 feels about right. I think hopefully we'll get rid of all of this effery. I was going to say a swear word, but yeah, all of the inconvenience. It will go away. Yes, so Ron Ward, Rock and Ronnie Ward, has got a live show that started. I just realised that they started at 11:30. All the times are changing.
Oh, sorry, Ron.
No, that's fine. I didn't mean to overlap with Ronnie, but yeah, the times they are becoming quite different. So feel free to double duty or to go over and see Ron and catch us on the replay.
I'm just going to do a trivia, so you really don't need to see this.
No, you do.
But Mark needs to stay on.
Mark needs to stay to help you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What do we have? I thought there was one other question that I saw there. Weirdest tangent question, but has there been a rise in shark attacks in Australia? I read it in the news.
I think you might be right. There has. I don't know that there have been. I think it's also drownings. I think people are coming back to Australia now.
Yeah.
What is dinging?
No, you said coming back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I said drowning and you said ding, and I'm like, how inappropriate are you?
Super inappropriate.
I don't know off the top of my head, but yes, it is possible. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Nice.
But yes, sharks live in the ocean, and when people go in the ocean, there's a risk of being attacked by them. It's a very small risk, but in Australia, it's larger than
Yeah. The thing, okay, you've already said it, but the thing about shark attacks is that people that are attacked by sharks, occasionally like professional surfers and people that are in there get attacked, but that's because they're in there all the time. Like if you spend 10% of your life surfing, so if you surf for 2 hours a day, you're spending 10% of your life in the shark's backyard, then you got a bigger chance of getting it. The reason I'm never going to be attacked by a shark is that I'm never going to go swimming in the ocean. So it's a risk and return thing. But unfortunately, a lot of people that do get attacked are people who come here, don't realise that we have problems. And to be honest, the bigger problem is not you don't hear about this internationally because it's not as interesting that a tourist came in here and drowned because they got caught in a riptide and got taken out to sea and just drowned and died, because that's not news. But the shark attacks are like, oh no, sharks are in our waters. But probably 20 to 30 times as many people die every year in Australia from just not swimming between the flags, going into some beach, thinking it's safe, and then you walk out about 10 metres and zoop, you're into an undercurrent and a riptide, and it just takes you straight out to sea.
And if you're not a strong swimmer, it's very hard to get back. That really brought down the tone of
I know. Should we do some quick? And Omniclick did mean Rush, yes. So we have heard of Rush as well, because you got to slap at a bass when you're playing Rush.
I was joking when I said you misspelled Rush.
Well, I think Hush is actually a name of like a metal or a punk band or something. So I'm like, oh wow, that's a deep cut. It's a very deep cut. Yes. All right, let's do some trivia, because if you're just joining us, I did the trivia here, and we picked one at random, and I got a massive 7 out of 10. Mostly thanks to Mark and Leela who helped me with the answers there.
I just saw that Kelly's on. That's I'm going to call her my sister-in-law, basically.
Oh, hello. There you go. Should make a video about how to clean an air fryer. Yeah, is that the next one? Is that the next one we do?
She says that because our air fryer got really dirty, and so I gave it to her.
And I hope Kelly was the one I talked about a couple of weeks ago that we're out at lunch, and I'm like, you subscribe to my channel? And then she gave it to her son, and he subscribed for her, and he put notifications on it. Then I get a message from her saying, this is what's happening to me now. Like, every time I go live, it pops up and says, Pete Johns is live. And she's like, I don't need to know this. I'm like, you can turn off the notifications.
Has my Udi come yet, Kelly?
Udi ordering.
We're ordering Udis together. I don't know if Americans and Canadians and British people know what Udis are, but they're basically, it's an Australian company. They're basically like the Snuggies or Slinkies or whatever they're called in America. It's like a giant hooded blanket that goes over you with arms and pockets, and I'm very excited.
The real danger is Man of War jelly. Yeah, exactly. We got
yes, jellyfish.
If you've I cover a song by the Scared Weird Little Guys. It's called "Come to Australia," and it's got all the different things that can kill you in Australia. Yeah. It's pretty fun. So pick one of them. Maybe don't do the Australian one because we already had too much Australian.
No, too much Australian.
Or there's this real head banger. That's what I did. Or it's another Double J. Or I don't know who those people are. That looks like Shirley Manson from Garbage. This one.
Yep, that's good.
Don't let this music quiz ruin your friendships. There you go. This could ruin our friendship or our marriage. 16 years of marriage destroyed by one music quiz.
One Double J.
Who is this? You got Willie Nelson, Billie Eilish,
Bono.
Shirley Manson, Chris Philippoussis, Sammy Davis Jr.
Scroll down.
Okay. We'll start it, shall we? All right. See, it's already gone Australian.
I don't know.
Which legendary Australian artist was inducted into the NIMA Hall of Fame last weekend?
I mean, if it's a Hall of Fame thing,
and that would be the National Indigenous Music Association, I want to say.
Well, all of those are probably Indigenous.
Probably.
Christina, I knew.
My Island Home.
Yeah, is she Indigenous or is she? Yeah.
She's a Torres Strait Islander.
Yes. Archie Roach is. Kev Carmody, I don't know. And Titus, I am unsure. Mark says Kev Carmody, so that's what I'm going with.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You're taking Mark here on everything he says.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
There you go. See, Mark's not going to lead you astray.
That's
there you
right.
Go. Omnicollective Creativity says, I have no clue. That's my non-omnipresent answer. I like it. All right. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Another Australian question.
Yes.
Who was named Double J's Australian Artist of the Year for the 2021 J Awards?
Oh, who knows? I do not know.
Pick the weirdest sounding name, I reckon.
Well, it's not going to be the Avalanches.
Yep.
Oh, Amiel and the Sniffers. I do. Amiel was the one that did Addicted to Bass with Josh.
No, that's a different Amiel. That's AMIEL. This is AMYL, which I'm assuming is a different Amiel, but
sure.
Yeah. These are a bit Australian.
I
sorry to the folks.
I have no idea about this one. I'm going to say Amiel and the Sniffers. Oh, the Avalanches.
They're old school, man. They're making a comeback. They're from way back when. Let's see if there's a non-Australian question. There you go.
Oh, okay. Which song opens you?
This is one that folks may be able to help you with, I think, because I know there's some U2 fans out there. I know there's some folks who like a bit of Bono action. Which song opens U2's 1991 album Achtung?
Are we allowed
Baby?
to say that anymore? Isn't that German?
Achtung. Germany's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Germany is sitting back going,
that's good.
We got nothing to do with any of this.
All right, never mind.
We're still cool. We knocked down our wall and we're fine. We're doing good.
So if I was going to pick one, I would say Even Better Than the Real Thing, but I'm going to wait and see what Mark says. Zoo Station.
4 people have said Zoo
All right,
Station.
we're going with Zoo Station.
And this one says number 1. I think there's some collusion going on here. Look at that. There you go. So you're going to have folks helping you out here. It's going to come home strong.
Oh, Jade, I need your help.
Which artist played? Oh yes, tribute to which artist played tribute to Michael Gudinski in this week's J File? So Michael Gudinski, I know that Jade Starr knew Michael, and she's probably over on Rod's channel now moderating. But who played tribute in this week's J File?
Michael was a music producer.
Was it Archie Roach, Shirley Manson, Jimmy Barnes, or
Do you know
all of the
who?
above?
Oh, damn! I was going to say Shirley Manson because she was in the picture at the start, but I suspect it might be all of the above. I'm going to say D, all of the above.
It's the multiple choice answer cheat sheet that
Yes.
usually when it's all of the above, it's all of the above. So
Yes, Thomas Christ says all of the above.
yeah, there you go. You're all in for all of the above.
Yes.
I like it. Let's go to the next one, shall we?
Stella Donnelly is from Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, or
You've
Brisbane.
got
Who
all the
knows?
Australia questions.
Wait, you chose this one? I don't know.
I don't know.
Perth. Oh, hang on. No, wait. I have to wait for Mark.
Will you go with Perth or will you wait for Mark? Mark, quick Google. Stella Donnelly is from what
Country? You're about to say country.
What's
Australia.
No idea. All of the above. No, that was the last one.
I'm going Perth.
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 Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes.
There you go. A lot of the best music comes out of Perth, except for Mike from Creative Source. He's from Perth too.
Oh,
Bird. No, Mike's good.
sparkling rosé makes you mean.
Doesn't it? Oh, here's an international one here. Silk Sonic is an R&B duo featuring which artist? Is it? For Omni Collective, who's here because he's vision impaired, I must read all the answers. I forgot about that. Is it Anderson, Paak, and Bruno Mars? Is it Jay-Z and Beyonce? Is it Bert and Ernie? And is it Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon? Ooh.
I don't think it's Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, look, Mark went Perth too.
And
There's a bit of a-
thank you. And I don't think it's Jay-Z and Beyonce. Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon. Justin Timberlake did a lot of stuff with The Lonely Island with Andy Samberg. So
we've got Mark saying Anderson and Bruno.
that was my first thought as
And
well.
Omni Collective saying B, which is Jay-Z and Beyonce. Mixed Club saying Bert and Ernie, which I think might be a bit of a piss take. Mrs. Bert and Ernie are my heroes. So
I'm going with Mark, and that was my first thought. I'm going to say Anderson, Paak, and Bruno Mars.
all right, let's give it a crack. Hey, winner chicken dinner. And apparently we're dumb because
Crushing.
most other people knew that.
Yes,
So,
apparently.
who is Anderson Paak when he's at home? Or she's at home? Or they're at home? I don't know.
Well, I am unsure.
All right. Where did Architecture in Helsinki's Contact High land in the 2011 Hottest 100? Jeebus, that is a deep cut.
Who is going to
So
know
is
that?
it number 100, number 1, number 50, or number 12? Where did Architecture in Helsinki's Contact High land in the 2011 Hottest 100?
My first thought is 100. 100 because it's the hottest 100 and 100 is like, the first song that they
thing.
play in the hottest 100 at like 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, but Thomas Christ says 50. 50 is good too because it's like halfway there. I am going with my gut and I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to say 100.
And the survey says...
12. We were both wrong, Thomas.
Nothing anywhere. Like, who knows that, though? That's a stupid
No one's
question.
got
Because
it.
you assume that it's 1 or 100. Yeah, you assume it's something like reasonable.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, which Scottish indie folk band released If You're Feeling Sinister 25 years ago this week? Was it Franz Ferdinand? Was it Bell and Sebastian? Was it Primal Scream? Or was it Teenage Fan Club?
I thought Bell and Sebastian were Australian, but I guess I'm a bit out of touch.
Possibly. I know we've got, again, it's the wrong time of the day because our UK and European folks are not around.
I don't think it was Franz Ferdinand. So Mark says Franz Ferdinand. All right.
And Bell and Sebastian from Fat Panda Cat. And A, but perhaps wrong. Franz Ferdinand from Omni Collective. Thomas Christ thinks Bell and Sebastian. Ooh.
Who am I thinking of that I'm thinking Bell and Sebastian were Australian?
You're thinking of Angus and Julia Stone.
I think I am, actually.
Which is weird because it doesn't really sound like that.
No. I'm going to go A, Franz Ferdinand.
All right. Drum roll, please. Oh, no. It was Bella
It
Sebastian.
was
That could have
Belle
cost
Sebastian.
you. That
It
could have cost you.
I still think I'm beating you, though.
I think you may come. It may be a tie. May need to go to a tiebreaker.
Ooh. All right.
Which New York band unleashed these lyrics on the world in 2006? People don't dance anymore. They just stand there like this. They cross their arms and stare you down and drink and moan and diss. Was that The Strokes? Was that LCD Sound System? Was that The Rapture? Or was that Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs?
I don't know, but can you continue the rest of that song, please?
If you want to dance, you can dance all night.
No, that's safety. No, wait.
You can dance. Everybody look at your pants. No, so we have The Strokes, LCD Sound System, The Rapture, or the Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And it's true. We don't talk about Bruno Mars. How has no one done a We Don't Talk About Bruno Mars?
There have been so many We Don't Talk About Bruno parodies. In fact, I saw one, and I'm going to bring it back. I saw one from James Corden saying We Don't Talk About Jada. And it was about the Oscars, and it was done to the theme of Bruno Mars, and it was We Don't Talk About Jada. But it was the Oscars. And
We don't talk about Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yes.
We don't talk about Jada.
Anyway, so we've got...
All right, so we've got no idea, but not The Strokes. We've got no clue.
All right.
Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs, question mark. We've got, I think it might be LCD Sound System.
Well, then I might have to go LCD Sound System.
You reckon?
Yep.
Okay.
Lock it in, Eddie.
Oh, it was The Rapture. Has anyone else ever heard of The Rapture? That was definitely one of those ones that no one knows because, look, there was 4 answers and they all had about the same response to. That could have cost you the championship.
one knows.
Tropical Storm have announced they're releasing a new album,
Craft beer.
book, movie, or craft beer.
I want it to be craft beer.
You want it to be craft beer? Do you want to let people join in, or are you just going to call it?
I'm just going to call it craft beer.
All right, we're ready. This could be this could get you tired. I forgot the name, but oh, it's a movie.
I really wanted it to be craft beer.
Craft beer would have been good. So drum roll, please.
Goody Goody Gumdrops, it's called.
Oh.
Oh, 5. Damn.
Look,
Well,
Prince is unhappy with your effort.
he is.
He's like, you
Good
got
game.
potential.
Good game.
Good game. Cheers. Yep,
Cheers.
I've run out because
Oh,
you,
no.
you shortchanged me
I
on
did.
the
I
last drop.
shortchanged you on the
We'll have
last
we'll have one more charge here, and if anyone has any final things, yeah, everyone else wanted it to be beer too. Mixed Club wanted beer. Mark wanted beer.
Everyone always
I'm
wants
too old
beer.
too. Yeah, I'm too old, and for an Australian, I did really poorly with the Australian questions. You dropped it on my finger.
Sorry.
That's right. So yes, if anyone has any final questions, please feel free to throw them here in the chat. And thank you again for hanging out with us.
Yes.
Because it's always fun when we do these, and we don't do them that often. But
No. But we thought today being the 2 days after you... Oh, sorry, I just cut you off.
That's fine.
2 days after you got your button, which I don't know where it went, the silver play button, being our wedding anniversary and being a Friday, which is a day that I don't work. There we
Pose
go.
for our photo.
You know there's going to be screen caps there.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick,
I'll have
thank
to do
you.
That's it. That's what I did for Jay's channel. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Who says, enjoy spending time with you tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you for the kind donation. Can I do the joke? We've only had one donation tonight, so I get to do the joke. Without folks like Patrick Chandler, we would look a little bit something like this, which is no good.
So you're keeping the lights on. I look better like that.
Oh, but see, look how we are super self-deprecating Australians. We suck. Yes. Screw that. We're awesome. Thank you for being. No, thanks, Patrick. I appreciate it, mate. And thank you everyone for hanging out here. Thank you, Tremor Bear. Oh, Tremor Bear. So Tremor Bear is the one who wrote the lyrics for one of his songs and recorded those. And I have promised you that I'm going to record myself singing along. I just can never remember the words. So I was walking down by the river yesterday.
Hopeless
Terrible
with lyrics.
So you got 2 options here. You can wait another 4 weeks while I learn the words and I'll go record it outdoors, or I'll sit in front of my green screen and record myself singing it and then send you that footage and you can use it however you like. So that way I can actually read it. So I would go with the latter, knowing me.
Yes.
Has anyone used an isolation cab and would you recommend it?
Ooh.
Oh, as in like for guitars. No. I haven't. That's basically where you put your amp inside like this cabinet and then your microphone that up.
Oh, I thought it was one of those like big like pod things that you walk inside and it's like a little
one of
mobile
those?
studio thing.
Yeah,
I don't know
oh.
what they call. Is that? I don't know about mobile
Like
recording.
a
This
Faraday
is your
chamber?
sure. Why not?
No, I haven't, but that's an interesting one because I have seen people use those before, but I use virtual everything these days. Like, but Georgie will know my amplifiers have been sitting in that cupboard for about 2 years, and I don't think they've seen the light of day. So I'm probably the one, not the person to ask. See you, Mark. Thanks for being
thank
here.
you for your help with the.
There you go. You did pretty well.
Quiz, yes.
It was only that there were such stupid
only that I
Australian questions. We will be back, and like I say, for those that are patrons, if you're not already a patron at patreon.com/patrons, if you're not already a patron, feel free to be one because we do quizzes. We did do quizzes. They
We'll
worked
have to
really
do
well.
the quizzes again on Patreon.
They work really well on Patreon, but unfortunately, as soon as we make them public, a lot of dicks come in and ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
So we have to do it privately. But if you do want $1 a month, it's not that much. Yeah, come and join us. Join the fun. So Mark is one of our wonderful patrons. So do a Discord. Oh yeah, how to show. I know I've just started on Discord. So
Can you get our daughter to teach you because she's
That's
on
what
it
I'm doing.
all the time.
I've said that, like Jasmine, my 12-year-old, has been on Discord because she plays the Roblox. And she's on, all of these things are ill-advised, I know, but
Yes, we're terrible
I
parents.
highly supervise her, let's just say. Like, I say to her, you realise that I'm a nerd and I track everything you do, and until you're like 18,
You have no privacy.
Privacy does not exist until you're an adult, so I'm your parent, I'm your guardian, I have to look after you. But she does know more about Discord than me. So if you don't know Discord, we do have a Discord server. If you want a link to it, just let me know in the chat and I'll post it, but you'll find it. You'll get it from someone. Thank you, Thomas Christ. Appreciate
Thank
the donation.
you.
Mate. Can I do it again? I'll just tell you. Thank you. Yes, and it is always good to see Georgie, and maybe next time she'll be here while we're singing songs and playing music.
I'd have to drink more to do that.
We're already drinking at like 11:30 in the morning. Yeah, isolation booth. That's what you were thinking
Yes, that's what I was
we don't
thinking
have.
of.
Did you get the question with the click thing? I didn't. No, Mr. Smith. What was the question? Sorry, you should probably just ask it again because I'll scroll up and I'll see if I can find and we'll
click
answer
thing.
that. I did see a question and then I forgot to answer it. Short answer is no. I can't because I think we were doing the quiz, or maybe it was just before the quiz. If you want to pop it in again as we say our goodbyes, there you go.
All right.
You have put it in again. Yeah. Could you play a live song to a click in your ears so I could do another track? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. What that basically means is that Mr. Smith played those drums along to me. I was playing live, not to a click track, which means I wasn't playing to a metronome, a set tempo.
yes.
So he was playing drums along to my very changeable, different kind of playing. So, yeah, look, I'll try. I haven't got a system set up here to have a click in my ears to play along to, but that doesn't mean I can't set one up. So
You
potentially.
have AirPods. You can do it.
Yeah, that's true. I could just get a metronome and put my AirPods in and then just put a click in my ears and then play to that. Yeah. It'd be fine.
Doesn't sound hard. I have no idea.
So it's a person that has no responsibility to have to do
No
anything with it.
responsibility.
Yes, there you go. And yes, there's the Discord. Thank you, Thomas Christ. Doing double duty, probably over on Ron's channel as well. Should we have? We'll have a live look into Ron because we're about to finish here because we said we'd be about 1 to 1.5 hours, and I forgot Ron was live. I thought it was 12:30, but it's 11:30. So Ron is live now, and what I like to do with Ron is go over and check out what's going on live. So here's Rock and Ronnie Ward. Ron is one of the moderators of the GarageBand users group. He's someone I've known for a long time. He and I worked on that cover we did of the Traveling Wilburys tune.
Yes.
He lives in Ho Chi Minh
Handle
City.
with care,
He used to be the US military. Like, he's the most interesting dude. So yeah, you need to go over and check out Rock and Ronnie Ward, who's playing a Jude Capana song over there right now. So you can go and do that. So the liveness doesn't need to end. In fact, I'm gonna copy the link, and anyone that's here hanging out, jump on over. Whether you're watching on YouTube or the Facebooks or wherever, I've put the link there. You can jump on over and tell Ronnie that Pete and Georgie sent you. He'll get really confused. He'll be like, Georgie? Who's Georgie?
Wasn't he on the show, like on the stream before?
Ron?
In the chat?
No. I
No?
don't think
Oh.
so. No, he would have been setting up for his show. But yeah, go check out Rock and Ronnie Ward because he does good stuff. Thank you. everybody for being here. Thank you to the Mixed Club, to Tremor Bear. Being blind and drunk sounds dangerous. It does, I know. Like, yeah, I've got one eye, and when I get drunk, it gets a bit dangerous because I don't see well at the best of times, and people sneak up behind me. But yeah,
You're dangerous stone cold sober. You go for a walk and fall over.
I do, because I'm an old man. Dan Ekberg, thank you for being here. Mr. Smith, thank you to everybody who's hung out here. To Mark, of course, to all of the awesome patrons, and to my better half, Georgie. Cheers. Well, that's what you're supposed to say, isn't it?
You're half a person without me.
We hate. I know that she hates that, so that's why I say it. You gotta say horrible things to your wife that she's gonna hate. No,
That's right.
true.
No. We have fun.
We do. All right, that is going to do us here.
Yes, that went really quickly. I was
an hour and a half, and it was like
surprised.
boom. So yeah, so we'll be back
Didn't
with
feel
some.
like that for you guys. I am aware.
I know you're just like, oh my god.
Hopefully you were drinking, so
That
it felt
dragged.
quickly for you too.
Yeah, we've now drank a bottle of champagne together, and it's like midday, so we'll go and have some lunch and be like, oh. What do I say at the end of every show, Georgie? Do you know?
Be kind to yourself and others, and keep creating.
Oh wow.
Is that right?
So usually she's just out there like wrangling children while I'm in here ranting. So you hear me say
Be
that.
kind to yourself, be kind to others, and keep creating. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yay.
100% spot on. I like it. Very, very cool. Is Ron thrashing out? Oh, look at this. You got to get over to Rock and Ronnie. Look, he's playing guitar. Get over there now. Go there. Go tell him Pete and Georgie sent you. Thanks everyone for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye.